This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
We're moving into fall. We are off to a sweet start today with a cookbook spotlighting iconic American desserts. BraveTart is a labor of love for one amazing pastry chef, a James Beard Award-nominated writer for Serious Eats. Please welcome Chef Stella Parks. So nice to meet you. And you're so slim, but you're a pastry chef. I don't understand.
You know, that's what salads are for.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about how you got involved in kind of all things sweet.
Yeah, I have been, baking things my whole life. As a little kid, my babysitter used to bring boxes of cake mix and tubs of frosting to the house when she was watching me and my little brother. And we would just like throw in some food coloring and mix it up and bake together. And that was, for me, what it was all about. It wasn't that we were making something from scratch or having this grand culinary adventure. It's that we were in the kitchen, spending time together, making memories, and having fun. And so that's what my book is all about, is getting in the kitchen and doing things by hand. Like some people have crafting, they do gardening, they do whatever, different hobbies. And I'm all about being in the kitchen, spending some time.
And it's therapeutic. You're working with your hands. Kids can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely
It's just, fun. So we're going to talk today about some whipped cream.
Yeah.
And the audience knows that I accidentally shot the front row with one of those canister ice creams today. I want you to know that we're just using like a spatula today, so you guys are okay. We're safe.
Safety first.
Safety first. Otherwise, everybody was going to have to be tarped off. So let's talk about the different kinds of whipped cream and why it's important to kind of know a few of these.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite tricks for the holidays, and anytime that you're having company over and you need to make something in advance, is I make my whipped cream in a food processor. And what's kind of cool about that is when you whip cream by hand or with a hand mixer and a stand mixer, you're really getting it super fluffy and you're incorporating all this air. And that makes the whipped cream more fragile. It can kind of like deflate over time.
Yes.
But when you make it in a food processor, it gets a little bit less volume, so it has a little bit of a silkier, creamier texture, and that helps it last a little bit longer. So you can make it in advance, throw it in the fridge, and not worry about it.
That's exciting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the next way to level that up is to add freeze-dried fruit powders to it. And these are easy to find. You can get, at your supermarket, buy a little bag. We've got some over here to kind of show them off. Different freeze-dried fruits, and this is completely different from dried fruit. Freeze-dried fruit has been completely dehydrated. It's crunchy. It's like astronaut food. You take a bite and it snaps. It's not chewy at all. And by putting that in the food processor with a little bit of sugar and grinding it to a powder, it stabilizes the whipped cream even more because this freeze-dried fruit is thirsty for water. It's been deprived of all of its water.
So it's going to plump up and
so when
thicken
you
up.
add it to the cream, it kind of binds with the water content of the cream and stabilizes the whipped cream. And it gives you a chance for new flavors. So you can add raspberry or pomegranate or cherry or whatever you want. And it's a really fun flavor pairing you can do with any of your desserts.
Right.
So a slice of pumpkin pie with a pomegranate or cranberry whipped cream. It's like a little burst of fruit flavor.
Are we going to do one?
Yeah, we're going to do one.
Okay, let's try.
Let's do this.
I would be me trying. You know what you're doing, so that's good.
So I'm making a big batch today. This is 4 ounces of sugar.
Okay. Do you use the superfine or just regular sugar?
Just regular granulated sugar is fine. And then honestly, you can do this to taste with the freeze-dried fruit. You can use anywhere from a 1/4 ounce to a full ounce. I'm going to go kind of right in the middle with that.
Okay. Raspberries.
Freeze-dried raspberries. And then we're going to grind these guys up on their own.
Okay.
So you want it to be a fine powder. So
we're really going to get it down to where the raspberries are almost like the sugar.
Do we have
Are
power?
we not plugged in?
We don't have power.
Hold on a second. Let's see if we can't
There's one
figure
here.
this out.
Okay.
There we go.
We got this.
Problem solved.
Okay. This is the worst problem of my day. I'm into it. Okay.
It's not bad, is it? There we go.
So you're just going to let it go. The fruit's going to bounce around. And I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of powder coming out the top. What you can do at home is put a piece of plastic wrap over the lid before you.
It smells so good.
Yeah, it's like this amazing raspberry cloud of flavor that's coming out. But you can slide a sheet of plastic wrap over the top before you close the lid, and that can kind of help contain this dust.
All right.
But just go a little bit longer. It was a little bit chunky still. Give that an extra second.
You want it super fine.
Super fine. Because those lumps aren't going to dissolve any further. So if there's chunks in there when you add the cream, they're going to be there in the end.
Okay.
So you can kind of grind it as long as you need to get it done here. And so once that's done,
all right, so it's just like sugar.
We're going to add 12 ounces of heavy whipping cream.
Does it matter if it's room temperature, cold?
Cold is best. You want to just use it straight from the fridge, but you don't need to kind of pre-chill anything down. And then now we're going to let this go a little bit.
And how long does it take?
The timing can really vary depending on a couple of factors: how powerful your mixer is, or your food processor is, and also the capacity. In larger machines, it takes longer, and in smaller machines, it can go really fast.
How do you know so that you don't end up with
So
butter?
I can see straight down into the top. You can kind of look through the side. You're looking for a consistency like Greek yogurt, where it's really thick, but it's not like stiff or approaching any kind of buttery phase. So we're getting there. It's starting to come together.
So it really
Here it
doesn't take
goes.
long at all.
And you're done. So yeah, that's like some extremely easy holiday prep you can do.
Amazing. Look,
And
you guys.
yeah, like get in there.
It's like the perfect yummy texture. That's amazing.
It's
it
ideal.
just took a quick second.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's thick enough that you could pipe it if you wanted to be fancy about it, or just spoon it over your favorite desserts.
So give us an idea about some of the others that you make
Yes.
that you like. I just have my eyes on this one.
This is apple cinnamon. We used freeze-dried apples, brown sugar instead of white sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon to taste. So you can
could
just
just
kind
eat
of
that. I don't
yeah,
even
I
need
mean,
whatever
honestly,
you're gonna put it on.
these whipped creams turn out a little bit like gelato because they're so thick and creamy and cold. I have 100% been caught at the fridge at midnight with a spoon. So it's I
Blueberry,
encourage you to.
obviously.
We've got blueberry there. You can put a little bit of lemon zest in there if you want to bring out some more fruity flavors. And then we have strawberry. And it's perfect for pound cake, or if you're making strawberry shortcake, you can
Fantastic.
really like layer in some more strawberry flavor by using that.
Should we decorate the pie a little bit?
Let's
or
decorate some pie.
Show me how you do this.
Yeah.
And tell me a bit also about the other recipes that are in your book, how you chose what you wanted to concentrate on.
So the book is really a celebration of iconic American desserts, and that's everything from classics like pumpkin pie to things like homemade Oreos and homemade Snickers bars, because I didn't want to discriminate between the types of desserts we all grew up eating, because we grew up eating things that our families made at home, and we grew up eating things that we picked up at the supermarket or at the convenience store.
And for the holidays, everybody kind of likes
know
the
you're
thing
wanting
that they
that
know.
one.
Yeah. What do I do? What do you think
So
is
just
a good
you
way to do this?
This is like the classic dollop. Like if this was like a cool commercial, you'd see it going on there, like all slow and little saucy dollop there. And then that's that. And you can put it on pound cake. You have got all kinds of options for how it can be consumed.
Now, where do we get the freeze-dried fruit? Is there anything special
you can pick it
about
up
where you have
at
to go?
most any supermarket. Maybe not a small boutique or a bodega kind of situation, but
Look,
yeah, things like
just look.
Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Amazon. Just make sure it's freeze-dried fruit and
Freeze-dried, not
dried
fruit.
Yeah, you
and
want
you
that.
can. I just want a taste of the cream. Actually, let's just be real. This is what.
Yeah.
I
Moment of truth. Yeah.
See, that's like that restaurant silky flavor. That's not just
Yeah.
the puffed up with air flavor.
Yeah, it's
That
really
is so
luxurious.
good.
When you have less air, it's kind of a richer mouthfeel, and
I had
it's
no
really
idea.
nice
Plus,
with dessert.
It's easier than standing there forever
It's
with a hand
stupidly
mixer.
easy. It's really easy. It goes by fast.
All right, so inside BraveTart, we'll find all the kind of iconic desserts. We'll find these whipped cream.
Yeah, so
Right.
I've got a classic recipe for plain vanilla whipped cream. That's I call it my stable whipped cream. I used to be a restaurant pastry chef, so it's a recipe I developed that I could make it ahead in the day and it would last all day through service. And then every recipe has a section, and there's a section called Mix It Up that goes with every recipe and includes variations. So that's where you see the how to make it in a food processor and how to make it with freeze-dried fruit.
Perfect.
And that way everyone can put their own personal touch on it. You don't
Right.
have to just stick with the recipe that I've given you. You can really make it your own and go for some apple cinnamon or go for some strawberry or raspberry.
Or whatever we want to
and-
make, but
yeah,
we
customize
learn
it
new
to
ways
yourself.
to do it. Thank
Yeah,
you very
absolutely.
much. I love it when I learn something right away in a segment like that. Join Stella tonight for a special BraveTart presentation at Chef Tom Douglas's Hot Stove Society. The fun gets underway at 6. There are just a few spots available, so hurry with that. And then on Sunday, she'll be at Island Books on Mercer Island for a book signing. You can find more information on our website, and we'll share a couple of the recipes as well. And the book we can buy anywhere, right?
Well, you can buy anywhere here in Seattle. It's also at the Book Larder. I've already signed a bunch of copies that are there, and I was there making cookies last night, and they still have them. So today only, probably, you can go get some homemade cookies and cream
Right.
cookies with your copy of BraveTart.
Please wait till the
So-
show is over, but if you can't, we understand. Still ahead, former NBA star and wonderful